Imam Bukhari. Muhammad bin was born Ismail al-Bukhari in the year 194 AH in Bukhara and Starch, a blind orphan. Before Allah responds to his sight, praying for his mother. He started memorizing the conversation at 10. He was known for a unique memory, enabled him to correct mistakes of his elders. He's still a boy. The Islamic countries roamed from Mecca, for the city, from Baghdad to Egypt, looking for trustworthy narrators in Sunan. 10 years in authored correctly and chose Hadiths out of 600, 1,000 Hadiths. He did not put a talk in it, except I wash and pray 2 rakas. He refused to go to the house of the ruler of Bukhara to teach his children, mu'tabaran anna al-ilma yu'ta ilayh, and it doesn't come causing a curse on the governor. Get out of his country. Because of situations, political, Sabra came out of it in anticipation, heading towards Samarkand. The world narrowed by him. After tightening it, it lifted, hand to heaven and said, God has narrowed me. The earth is what you welcomed. Take me to you. Allah responded to his supplication, so he fell ill and died on the night of Eid al-Fitr year 256 Hijri in a village. I betrayed you before it arrived. Samarkand. Imam Muslim. He is Muslim. Ibn al-Hajjaj. Al-Qashiri was born in Nishapur in the year 204 AH.
We grew up in a good and affluent scientific family.
The situation seemed his journey at an early age. He roamed the country of the Hijaz, Egypt, and the Levant, Iraq, to hear from adults. The modernists of his time were a student, faithful to Imam al-Bukhari and strictly necessary, until he told him, let me accept your legs, professor, professors and Mr. Updates. His famous book, The Right Mosque in 5 to 10 years, and selected, out of 301,000 audible conversations, to be a reference for the nation, distinguished by organizing his conversations and arrange them in an easy way, with her refined ways to talk, in one place, which is what some preferred. On the arrangement of Bukhari narrated, he was in a flag council. He has a talk. He didn't know him. He went home for a whole night, looking for him in his books. I sold him a basket, from dates, so eat it. It's taken, in research and study, until dawn came and the basket was finished, without feeling too much. In his illness. He died as a result of this in Nishapur General, 261 Hijri at the age of 57 years old. Imam al-Tirmidhi. He is Muhammad bin Isa. Al-Tirmidhi was born the year 209 AH in the city of Termaz, Uzbekistan is currently winching, passionate about science and preserving antiquities. Khorasan country, Iraq, Hijaz and found senior imams, but his greatest influence, he was old. Imam Bukhari, who long accompanied him 1,000, his famous book Sunan, Tirmidhi. It is one of the 6 books. He was distinguished by mentioning the jurisprudence of Hadith and opinions, jurists. In every matter, it's the first of a month, to true, good, and weak, where he put the term good Hadith as a rank between correct and weak. He went blind in his old age, and it was said that it was a lot, crying for fear, Allah Almighty, and his grief over the departure of his sheikh. Bukhari lived his years, less justification in his town, and died the year 279 AH at the age of 70, leaving a great Sunni legacy. Female Imam. He is Ahmed bin Shuaib. Women born 200 years. 510 Hijri city. We are currently in Turkmenistan. And his genius appeared. He's still a boy. He started his journey at the age of 510 and toured the Hijaz, Iraq, the Levant and Egypt. He settled there for many years as a teacher and updated 1,000 Great Sunan, then shortened it in Al-Mujtaba al-Sunan. Minor is the book we study. Today, within the 6 original books, he was keen on David fasting a day. And breakfast day, he had great prestige. He moved at the end of his life from Egypt to Damascus, and there faced some fascination because of his book and the properties of Prince of the Faithful Ali bin. I want a student assaulted and beaten in Damascus by some mob, fanatics. He asked his students to carry him to Mecca. Honorable, arrived in Mecca, or send. He was exhausted from the assault and died. General surgery. 303 Hijri. Many scientists considered him a martyr. He left behind a unique cash school and a book that is one of the most sunan, arrangement and accuracy, and his mention remained immortal. For speakers in his time, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal. His Ahmed bin Hanbal al-Shaybani was born in Baghdad in the year 164 Hijri and starch a poor orphan. His mother is chastity, and the love of science floated. Country to talk, he left for Mecca, and the city Yemen, the Levant, and Jerusalem, and he was walking on his feet, alaf al-amyal sabran, and in anticipation, collection in his book Musnad. He is one of the biggest D1s of the year, prophetic and the most comprehensive one, and a proven arrangement, like a mountain in strife, creating the Quran. Mamun days, al-Mutasim, he refused to compromise his belief. Extreme torture, whipped, until he passed out and stayed in prison for about 30 months, but remained adhering to the Quran, words of Allah, uncreated. Because of him, the nation of Allah, of strife and title, in front of the Sunnis and the group for the solidity of its position and its support for the right in the darkest circumstances. It was a racket. The proverb is to reduce the world. He rejects the gifts of the caliphs and eats whoever wins his hand and says, I crave a place that is not there is someone. It wasn't just up to date. Rather, she was a hard-working jurist who founded Hanbali school, which mainly depends on text and effect. He died in Baghdad in 201, 40 Hijri for the age of 77. His funeral was attended by hundreds of thousands. In a historical scene, the Arabs have never known him before. Imam Abu Dawud, Sijistani, is Solomon bin al-Ash'ath al-Sijistani was born in the year 202 Hijri in Sajistan, and a genius appeared. In memorizing Hadith and jurisprudence since his youth, he has floated many countries like Iraq, the Levant and Egypt, Khorasan and Lucky, Al-Imam Ahmed bin Hanbal and inspired. It is a lot in jurisprudence and asceticism, distinguished from others by focusing on conversations of judgments, from which halal and haram are derived, which made his book a basic reference. For every jurist 1,000 his great book Sunan. Abi Daud, he collected about 4,800 conversations. He carefully elected her out of 500. 1,000 talk, collected on his travels, requested from him Prince of Basra to come teach his children. He refused to belong to them in a council and said, science for people in it alike. He was the prince, attending with the general public. He settled in Basra with a request from her people to make her aware. After the Zanj strife and died in it, the year 275 age, about Omar, 73 years old. He said about his contemporaries, Ellen Labi David Hadith as Ellen. David, peace be upon him, Hadith. Confession, brilliantly, super. In this science, he says,